All systems operational. Commencing launch sequence.
The virus in your blood is starting to activate. You need to find a cure. For all of us.
Engaging maneuvering thrusters. Good luck. The previous expedition was lost. We only know their last reported location.
Track them down and find a cure. Come back.
Communication lost. Resource compartment lost. Brake system failure. Control lost. Initiating emergency landing procedure.
What's up, people? Punch here. So I'm going to be talking about some Forever Skies with 1.0, mainly for the new content that was added to it, and some good things that were happening when we were playing the beta. Starters, I had this real big scare when it came down to Forever Skies, mainly because when I played the early access version before 1.0, I wasn't sure if they're going to fix the FPS problems and optimization issues. I can say out about maybe 2 to 5 hours of playing the 1.0 beta, which was going on before the actual release, that they have fixed a lot of the issues with the game. For example, they actually did this new thing to where instead of one gigantic world, they actually have it divided in 3 separate biomes. What it says in the patch notes is, the world has been split into 3 different biomes with unique visuals: Silent City, Overgrown Ruins, and New Nature. And the reason why they did this was because they were having, of course, the processing issues and optimization problems when trying to play the game. The problems persisted even more so when going into the Underdust, which is essentially taking the elevator down when finding Noah's key card or finding his hideout, and then going down there to find some energy crystals and possibly even getting the crossbow. Another thing was that in the actual training mode, when you get to your ship, they normally would give you like a deck extractor, and it's this thing that fires like a laser and gets the stuff that you need, synthetic, metal, or whatever. However, it's on the hand. You can get the deck extractor as well, but that's later on. For the actual hand extractor, there's 2 ways to actually charge it. The first is being able to shoot or extract those like energy cells that you see floating. The next, as you see here, is me pumping to get the energy back up, kind of like how it would be for a flashlight or being able to rev up like a handheld lawnmower. But that's essentially the 2 ways of being able to do this, and the reason why I say this is because the actual tool itself is locked. You can't get rid of it. You can't take it out of your inventory to put on the battery charger or the tool charger in order to charge it up. It's the only 2 ways you could do it. You can, however, do it for the flashlight, the scanner, and the airship builder to be able to charge it up using the tool generator. But otherwise than that, you can't take that off specifically because it will have like a padlock that says lock on it. Another thing was the engines. You could actually put the engines on top of like the exterior frame of your ship. Now it has to be actually stable using the catwalks. That was also a small change that happened compared to the early access version of Forever Skies. Going down the patch notes, they do talk about some new things as well, like Chapter 4, the final chapter. After acquiring the cure, the whole reason why you're down there, you have to figure out how to get it back to the Ark, which is essentially the ship that shoots you into the atmosphere of the Earth that was destroyed. Then they talk about some new additions as well from a new location, the Cosmodrome Workshop, AI Tree Surface, and AI Tree Roots. New small locations as loot containers, Luciferin POIs, and 3 unique colossal life forms, which I will show later on. Since we're going to talk about the creatures a little bit, this is actually a swarm of dust moth. These are harmless creatures that fly around. You actually pick them up and get them as food that you can boil in your water or electric cooker. But I just find it funny that they were flying around into my airship and kind of like following me around when I'm walking on this platform. But the other creatures that pop up, for example, there's a creature that latches onto your ship. The only way to get him off is by using the extraction laser to fire on whatever material he has, and he will fall off the ship into the underdust. The other thing I was talking about earlier when it came down to Colossus, I will show that off a little later because honestly that thing scared the hell out of me at first. When it said Colossus creature has been detected, I got goosebumps. The reason why I say this is because I have played Subnautica, especially in VR mode, when a Leviathan would try to put its mouth around my Cyclops submarine and try to crush me from within and basically become its food. And that will always remain in my mind forever, because I'll tell you what, playing that game in VR, I won't do again, simply because it scared the living shit out of me so bad, I don't want to go back and do it. And if I do play it on desktop, it still scares the hell out of me. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I was like, oh no, Colossus creature, and then I seen it destroy kind of a half skyscraper and then crush another one underneath it. Then I got really scared, backed up, and went somewhere else. Couple of things to note is that they added some new things like the metal collector. I didn't remember this in early access. I think this was pretty new. But essentially what it is kind of like the lure, where in that case would be able to put down a lure to catch food. This is actually something that will automatically pick up pieces of metal and put it inside that tray. And that'll only find metal. I don't think it ever found synthetic. And once again, talking about the actual extractor you put on your deck, that gets everything you're pointing at and then goes to something else. They also have an automated version of that, which will get anything that's flying to you and put it inside its own kind of like area. If you remember earlier, I was talking about a creature that latches onto your ship. This is actually what it is. It has synthetic stuff or even metal on it that you can grab, and once you basically get all of the stuff off, it will fall off into the underdust, never be seen again. But when it comes down to the actual environment of Forever Skies, it looks really freaking great. I mean, I do like the idea of thunderstorms and seeing the rain fall down and hit the ground. These actual lightning storms will hurt you if you're flying. Sometimes they'll damage your ship. Sometimes they'll actually come after you if you're on a platform. If you don't find cover, it will hurt. That does also happen. Another thing I want to talk about is the virus extractor if you haven't done it yet. The way that it works is that you have 3 different steps. You basically take like honeycomb or like another type of plant, and you can get a specific type of shot for it. And in short, all you're trying to do is to take the thing that's highlighted in like a white type of stuff around it, no matter how small or big it is, and being able to keep it while everything else has to go. And you can go by small, medium, or large, and it will actually show the highlighted thing that we'll get rid of rather than keep it. But this will happen for everything new that you're about to do to the BIOS extractor. So once you get like meningitis or hypothermia or photomania, and once you separate everything and you get to tier 3, then you're able to finally get the extractor to work and then give you what you want in the form of a booster shot that you could stick into yourself when using the suit fabricator. Again, they have 2 different fabricators. They have the fabricator that you make for like a workbench, and then they have the suit fabricator that makes all the other stuff like the basic materials to some advancements like tools such as the knife, flashlight, and whatever. But essentially, whatever you're trying to get on here, whatever is highlighted, that has to go. And sometimes you'll get these things that are highlighting both of them at the same time. That's going to be a guaranteed fail. Just do it again, and they'll give you another free try. But that's essentially how the virus extractor works. Now, if you remember in the beginning of the video, I talked about the Colossus that would be detected from the actual scanners. This is what happens when you pop up. On the actual screen that you see on the right-hand side, it will show you all the different things on the map. Question marks that haven't really been found, and other things like windmills and a building and something else that will have different indicators as to where to go. You have some places with orange, white, green, and blue lights that are like higher tier buildings that have higher tier materials. Copper, silicone, whatever. This thing scared the hell out of me when I seen it. I didn't know where he was. I didn't know where he'd come from. And then as soon as I come over here, something pops up for just a second. You'll see this big ass creature fly up in the air and then smash the skyscraper to another one. This is one of the 3 Colossus you have to deal with in the game. Don't know how to fight it. Don't know how to deal with it other than run away. So highly recommend you figure it out for yourselves, because I'm still wondering what the hell I'm going to do when that thing comes over and eats my ship. With the 1.0 release, they add some new tools and devices as well as resources. The tools and devices, they have cutting tool, extractor module, organic, mural frame, and new balloons, bulky, flat, and tech. Resources, they have luciferin, machine scrap, technology token, basic research part, advanced, and unique research part. and those were a couple of things that were added with 1.0's release. In terms of, is this game worth it? Is it worth trying out, checking out, and playing? Absolutely. They did change the combat. They did add a crossbow and did some stuff with the knife. They've improved the FPS and optimization issues that were beforehand, and I could see 1.0 gradually becoming better and better and better if they add more stuff to the game after the release happens. But like I said, I've been kind of messing around on and off on Forever Skies, and only recently, I think it was about maybe a couple days ago, even though I probably put like 2 or 3 hours within about a week or so, it started making me want to come back and play it more. And I'm glad to be playing it more, and even seeing this, which used to be really buggy, actually become pretty smooth. But anyway, I've been One Nut Punch. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.